Hello everyone. This week's Parsha is Parashat Beshalach. Now in this week's Parsha, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu, before they left, meaning before Jewish people left Mitzrayim, Moshe Rabbeinu went and he took the bones of Yosef HaTzadik with him. So the pasuk goes, "Veikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef imo ki hashbea ishbea et bnei Yisrael." And Moshe took Yosef's remains with him, for he made the children of Israel take an oath right before Yosef, like we know, Yosef passed away. He made Jewish people make an oath that they will take his remains with them when they leave Mitzrayim. So it says in the pasuk that Moshe Rabbeinu, he took the remains of Yosef with him. So now while Jewish people they were collecting jewels and money and silver and gold from Egyptians, they were collecting from Egyptians, but Moshe Rabbeinu, he was busy doing mitzvah of finding the remains of Yosef, and after he found it, he took it with him, and in order to rebury it in Eretz Israel. And eventually, like we know, it was Yosef HaTzadik was reburied. His remains were reburied in Israel. So what's interesting is, meaning the pasuk should have said that Moshe took the remains of Yosef. That's it. Why does the Torah say, and Moshe took Yosef's remains with him? Why does it say with him? So the commentaries want to say, when it says with him, the explanation is he took with him to Olam Haba. Yeah, meaning the zchut of the mitzvah, it's not meaning it stayed with him forever. Now we know there's a pasuk that says Chacham lev yikach mitzvot. A wise man will take mitzvot. What does it mean? We could all the material things that we have in this world, you could collect and collect and collect and collect. Yeah, you could have nice car, house, everything. But at the end of the day, it stays here in this world. But what can a person take with him to the next world? Only one thing he could take. Only he could take mitzvot, the zchut of the mitzvot. The mitzvot, this what stays with him in the next world. So this is what it says, that Moshe Rabbeinu, he took the mitzvah, this mitzvah, finding of Yosef, and taking the body, the remains of Yosef, he took it with him, which means, yes, physically, literally, it means he took it with him, but also the mitzvah itself, the zchut itself, stayed with him forever. He took the mitzvah with him. Now, Chavetz Chaim, he gives a very nice mashal. He gives a nice parable in order to understand this. Now, there was a person, was a poor man. He lived, he lived in a town, and he had a family, everything. But he heard that there's a certain town, there's a certain place far away, far away, and and in that place you have diamonds. You have diamonds, and not only that you have diamonds all over the place. The pebbles are made from diamonds. Everything is diamond. You have rubies, you have jewelry, you have all types of diamonds on the streets. But the place is very far away. So the man, he consults with his family, and he says, he decides that he wants to go to that place. Enough is enough, and he wants to be rich. He wants to become rich. So he goes and he speaks with a boat captain, and he decided to hire himself, which means if he's going to work as a worker, he has no money to pay for the ship, for the ride, but he decided that he's going to work the whole ride. He's going to work, and like this, and for return, that he wants to get to that destination. So he gets to the boat, he works, everything. It takes few months to get to this destination. He comes off the boat and he looks around. He sees everywhere, everywhere that he sees are diamonds. He gets so excited. He goes, he picks up the diamonds, he picks up the jewels and rubies, and he puts it inside his pocket, and he's all excited and he's all happy. But then he gets hungry, and he can't go back. Yeah, he gets hungry, so he's excited that now he'll be able to buy food. So he goes into the store. He takes he takes bread. He takes a shopping bag, let's say, and he puts bread, fruits, salads, everything. He comes to the cashier, and he takes out a diamond, a 4-carat diamond, and he says, here's the payment for this bread and everything. And they look at him, they laugh at him, they say, the store owner says, are you making a joke? Like what are you doing? These diamonds are worthless. They are pebbles. They're nothing. It's rocks. It's nothing. He says, wow, what do you mean? It's a diamond. He says, yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, I know it's diamond. If I wanted that diamond, I would have just gone outside and picked up the rock. But this really worth nothing. So he says, but what has a value in this place? So he said, oh, in this place, what has a value? The animal fat. The animal fat is very rare in this place, and this is so valuable. You could give me a drop of animal fat and take all this bread that you took. You could take it for yourself. Animal fat is very valuable. It's like a currency here. So he hears this, and he decides to get into the business of animal fat. And slowly gets very successful. He becomes very big businessman. He was able to collect animal fat, and he stays in this place, and eventually starts thinking like the people of that place. Animal fat becomes very important. Becomes very valuable to him. And the diamonds are not so valuable because he sees them every day, and they're not so. It's nothing. It's like rocks and pebbles, nothing. So he starts gathering animal fat, thinking that he's going to take that animal fat, barrels and barrels of animal fat back to his home, to his wife, and to his children. After a year, he decides that's it. Time came, and he decides to go back. He takes barrels and barrels of animal fats. He fills up the boat, and he heads back home. After months of boat ride, he comes home. Now he's all excited. He comes home. They're also all excited because they heard about diamonds and everything. They come out, and he tells his wife, "Here, look what I brought." They come out, and it stinks, it smells, everything. They ask him, "What did you bring?" He says, "Oh, I brought a lot of animal fat." It's animal fat. Who needs that animal fat? And it's all spoiled. It stinks. It's nothing. It's worthless. You wasted your time. You went, for a year and a half. You went to that place, and you wasted your time, and you just brought animal fat. What's that? You were supposed to bring diamonds and not animal fat. And he says, "Oh no," he says, "I was supposed to go and bring diamonds. Why did I bring animal fats?" So he starts checking his pockets. He checks his pockets, and he finds three jewels, 3 diamonds, and he goes and he sells it, and he gets a lot of money for those just 3 stones that he finds in his pocket, 3 jewels that he finds in his pockets, and he was able to live off the rest of his life with richness just from these 3 stones. But this man, okay, so this was a mashal. What's the nimshal? Nimshal is, what lesson do we learn from this parable? Now we come to this world, and this world is like the world of like that world that you have diamonds all over the place. Now you're going to say, who sees the diamonds? Diamonds are the mitzvot. Diamonds are mitzvot. Our life, our place is in Olam Haba. Olam Haba is the place, is our home. But a neshama is sent to this world to collect mitzvot, to collect the diamonds. Because after 120 years, a person won't be able to do mitzvot anymore. He won't be able to collect the diamonds. So in this world, a person is sent to this world to collect the diamonds. But instead of collecting diamonds, collecting the mitzvot, what do? We get busy with materialistic world. We get busy with this, with that, with so many things, and we forget about mitzvot. We forget about Torah learning. We forget about all the diamonds that are on the ground. They're so free. The mitzvot are so easily. A person could do so many mitzvot. It's so easy to be done, and we forget about it. But then after 120 years, when a person goes to the next world and he says, "Oh, I forgot. My mission was to collect mitzvot and not to get and not to run after my materialistic life." But then it gets too late. But then he remembers that he did say that he did make the mitzvah tefillin. He did learn here. He did answer Amen Yesh Merabah, and he sees the value of all these mitzvot. He gets hurt. Why? Because he could have done so much in this world, and it's like a missed out opportunity. So it's a lesson for all of us that we should not miss out this opportunity. We should Be'ezrat Hashem mitchazek and do and make as many mitzvot as much as we can. Have a great Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.